Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to what I sold on eBay last week. A little bit of coffee to wet the whistle. My voice is a little off. It's because I was at Arrowhead for the playoffs game against the not the Titans, rather, the Texans. One of the best games in playoff history of the NFL. So I'm a little hoarse. Anyways, let's get right into it. First, here we got we got this at an estate sale just a few weeks ago, actually. Where I think it was in Warrensburg, maybe, I can't remember. Anyways, we happened upon this estate sale. We ended up buying actually quite a bit of stuff. I got a really nice vintage receiver, one of those like plasma ball things that you touch. You guys probably saw that in the last what I sold. I'm pretty sure it sold last week. And this, I think we got this for like 50 cents. It's really cool. It's a take a tape along Disney cassette set. I don't know what to call this. Storybooks. So you see it's got the books over here on the right hand side, Little Mermaid and a whole bunch of other stuff, like Fox and the Hound and all that. And then it's got the tapes, so it's like a listen along. You like listen to the tapes while you're reading the book, I guess. Only thing was it was missing one tape, but for 50 cents, I figured I'd take a shot at it. And sure enough, sold for $14.99 plus shipping. So not a bad little pickup there. As you guys know, I mentioned I am selling all of my paint. Not all. I'm selling 90% of my paintball stuff. I had literally an entire room in my garage dedicated to this paintball stuff, and we built our own. You guys have probably heard this story before. You've seen some paintball content on the channel, but I built my very own paintball course out on the 40 acres that my family owns, and we played quite a bit and had a lot of fun. We had our own CO2 bulk tanks to fill our own tanks and all that stuff, so we literally just could do whatever we wanted. It was awesome. And we played quite a bit, but I don't think we played once in 2018. Just because, everybody's getting married, having kids, buying houses, getting new jobs that, have different hours and stuff. It's just really hard to coordinate anything anymore. So, that's how it is. The older you get, that's the reality that starts sinking in. So I had an entire room dedicated to paintball stuff that I would rather dedicate to the eBay business, to inventory, and so I decided I'm going to start selling my stuff slowly but surely. I'm piecing it all out. So this right here is a Spider TL. This is actually not the one that I use. I put an electric Spider trigger on my Spider TL Plus. But these are really good guns right here. I really enjoy this. But yeah, $24.99 plus shipping. And there's still some paintball guns listed, I think, if you guys are interested in any paintball stuff and you want to check it out, even though I've already sold quite a bit. I'm selling it cheap. I'm just trying to get it gone. I want the space more than I care about the money. So, Spider Sonics. This was a gun that I had for a buddy. I had basically all these guns. I would just buy them really, really cheap on eBay auctions. And half the time they would show up and not be working, but I know enough about paintball and I've been playing for long enough and I'm familiar enough with spiders that I can just rip them apart, slap new O-rings in them, clean them up, and 90% of the time they go from not working to working, and then you get yourself a real cheap marker. So I had all these guns just so that way not all my buddies had to go out and buy their own gun and all their own equipment and everything. I had just like a bag full of extra masks, just boxes full of CO2 tanks, probably like 15 paintball guns, and that's what you'll be seeing here. So anyways, this is a gun that one of my buddies was probably using. I sold it as is for parts. Some of these I'm selling as is for parts, just depending. Some of them I was selling as working, but that's why it went for $9.99 plus shipping. Here's another as is for parts not working. I sold, this is a E99. You can see it's missing the hose. And the ACS Pilot, I believe, had some sort of a cocking issue or something. I can't remember exactly what. So if I remembered that the guns had like a specific issue more than just like, giving it some TLC, some new O-rings, and some cleaning, I just listed them as is for parts. So these sold for $20 plus shipping. Nintendogs plus cats, toy poodle, and new friends plus cats. I don't know, some Nintendo DS game. I don't hardly we hardly ever buy 3DS games, or we hardly ever buy DS games. If we see 3DS games, we try to pick them up, because 3DS games usually are worth a decent amount. But we try not to spend much, like $1 at the most. But this one sold for a pretty good amount, $14.99 plus shipping on some random, Nintendogs game is pretty good. These Nintendo games you have to keep an eye on, especially the 3DS titles. You might see this at a yard sale and think like, it's probably not worth anything. But $15 plus shipping, so a nice little sale there. These are actually pretty cool. These are some Atlas road maps. Let's see which one. This one's 1984. This one's 1983. I think it was like, let's see here, 69, 73, 83, and then there's some various other ones. But I got these from this little old lady having a garage sale, and she had these stacked up there. And one of them, I think, had marks through it as like they would go on family vacations. The dad would, like route their trip through these atlases and like make little notes and stuff like that. It was kind of cool to see. It was like, for her, it actually had some sentimental value, but I think she had $2 or $3 a piece on them or something like that. I made a little bit lower of an offer, so I probably got them for $1 or $2 a piece, and sold them for $50 plus shipping. There's more interest in these than what I would have thought. I actually did have someone message me on these as well, and they wanted, I think, just the 1973 or something like that. 99.9% of the time, whenever people send me a message and they want me to pull a single item out of a lot of items, I don't do it, especially if I haven't had it listed very long. And I'm glad I didn't, because I think that was about a week ago, and then they sold full price for the whole lot for $50. Unless it was the same person. I'm not 100% sure. Actually, I might have had these listed for $60, and I offered them an offer of $50. I can't remember. That might have been what happened here. So yeah, that was a pretty good pickup. If you guys see these old road maps, the less writing in them, the better. But even, like I said, I know that at least one of these, I'm pretty sure, had writing in it. So, and I got $50 out of them. So that's one thing that you need to be on the lookout for. That's something that you would see at a yard sale and just think, well, that's a bunch of junk, and obviously it's not. So, pretty cool story with this. If you guys remember, all the pens, they came from my grandmother. She just recently passed away, and her basement was just full of vintage, new, old stock. She used to have a store that, just like a mom and pop store, that she would sell everything from crafts to, shirt pins to greeting cards and stuff like that. And my mom brought over like 6 boxes full of like wedding cards and invitations and birthday cards and stuff like that apparently my grandmother used to sell in her store. And she's like, I don't care what you do with them, go through it. If you think it's anything you can sell, cool. If not, throw it away, whatever. She's like, I don't care. So I was like, all right. So I finally started digging through it the other day, and most of it's like generic stuff that's probably completely worthless. But I did find some pretty cool gems. And one of those gems was this: You're Retiring, Jim Davis, Garfield. And it's not just like a single open card. This was made in 1988, the year I was born. And as you can see here, let's see, it says, you're retiring. Do you know what that means? And yeah, see right there, 1988. And then there's another, you can make every day a weekend. You can learn why Marcia deserted Ted and ran off to Guam with Ray, who is secretly married to a rubber chicken. Just like, I don't know. You won't have to dress for success. It's a book. It's not just a card. It was like a 10-page book card, if you will, I guess. So I thought that was really cool. And being that it's Garfield, Jim Davis, vintage 80s, I listed it for $10, which sounds a little steep for like an old card, but I got it. It wasn't listed for very long, and I got $9.99 plus shipping out of it, and it was free to me. So shout out to Grandma, thanks. VCR DVD combo, sold this guy for $26.99 plus shipping. Got the AV cables and a power cord with it, and that's it. No remote. Even if you have a remote, it really helps VCRs. But even if you don't have a remote, you can get decent money out of it. And I probably paid $1 or $2 for this VCR. So $26.99 plus shipping. These were actually my personals. I had a PSP when I was in high school, or I don't know what time frame that would have been exactly, but these were my movies. This is like the only two. I might have had like, I think I had like one or two other movies. I can't remember what they were, but I found these actually when we were cleaning out my grandmother's house after she passed away. She had a garage behind the house, and a lot of the family used it as like if they were moving and they didn't have room for all the totes of stuff in the new house that they were moving in or whatever, you know, like stuff would get thrown into grandma's like giant massive shed behind the house. And so we were cleaning out all that, and I found some of our own personal stuff from when I was a kid and pulled these out, and yeah, listed these UMDs for $9.99 free shipping, and they sold. You guys heard the story last week on these wallets. I picked these up for I think $1 a piece from a guy that was running a yard sale that I actually knew, an old acquaintance of mine. So I was able to work out a deal on 10 of these for $1 each, and I have now sold 2 at $9.99 plus shipping. So I am in the profits. The other 8, when they sell, they'll be pure profit. Destiny 2 strategy guide. I believe Activision sent me this. I didn't get into Destiny 2 that much. I actually got a message from a buyer that was like, hey, what cover does this have underneath the sleeve? That's when I updated with this photo, and as soon as I updated with this photo, he bought it for $12.99 free shipping. Some Elvis 8 tracks. I don't remember how much I got these for. It wasn't that good of a deal. I think I might have paid $5 for these because I didn't know. I was just like, oh, Elvis 8 tracks. I've seen 8 tracks before, but I've never seen like 5 Elvis 8 tracks together. So I knew that, you know, lotting them up might do me a little bit better. And it did, but they weren't near as profitable as I would have hoped they would be. So I got $10 plus shipping. So made a little bit of money, but not much. Got this at a like an open door thrift store, whatever you want to call it. I remember my buddy was there. He saw this in my cart, and he was like, oh, you picking that up? I guess he had looked it up. He thought it wasn't worth anything, and I thought I could get something out of it. So I went ahead and picked it up. I think I paid like $6 for it, and got $29.99 plus shipping. I just thought, you know, the fact that it was still in the box, some of the original instructions or care guide, whatever, you know, being with it, it looked like it was in pretty good shape, that I'd probably be able to get some money out of it, and I did. Like I said, $30 plus shipping. So another paintball gun. This is a Spider Electra, listed as is for parts, not working, and she sold for $9.99 plus shipping. This and this, you guys might think, oh, that's the same. No, it's not. So as you see down here, these were bundle Sega Genesis consoles. You can see this one came with Sonic Spinball cartridge, and this one came with Eternal Champions cartridge. These display, or not display boxes, just console boxes. I got these in a giant Facebook buy. I spent like $2,000 like a year ago from this guy selling a giant, massive collection of super rare NES, SNES, and some Genesis and Game Boy and stuff like that titles. You guys have probably seen some of those in the What I Sold a while back. I don't know. I wasn't doing what I sold when I first got that stuff. But anyways, I made a lot of money off that sale. Whether or not I made really good profit, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I at least made my money back. But anyways, these two were part of that lot. I had them for $29.99 each. This guy was interested in both, so I said I'd do both for $50 and then your combined shipping. And so we worked that out, and he was able to get them for $50 plus shipping. And I think that was a pretty good deal for him and I. So along with the cards I was just mentioning, this was another one that I picked out. There's some, what else was there? There was some Mickey Mouse ones. There was some, the coolest ones, I have some DuckTale cards that is like, it says like, it's a hidden message is what it says. It's like a treasure, you know, because DuckTales, that kind of fits the theme. And you have to like hold the card upside down and put it in a mirror to be able to read the message, and it just says happy birthday something. But those were really cool. All these like 80s birthday cards and everything I thought were pretty neat. So these are cool. These are actually, I don't know if you can see the little holes in the bottom of Miss Piggy and Kermit there. You punch those out and then you like use them as like finger puppets. Yeah, these are called play cards. Press out the Muppets, press out finger holes, put your fingers through the holes, and you're ready to go on with the show. 1990. So some Muppets play card vintage. Again, listen to them. I've everything that I found. I found some Jetsons and stuff too. I listed everything for $10. I felt like that was a fair price for, like, you know, I mean, it's a good price for me, and it's a good price for the customer, I feel like. So anyways, $10 plus shipping on that. These were just some mugs that I had sitting around that I finally got to listing just a few days ago, and they actually sold like within 24 hours, so I was happy to see that. Please don't beg, and you crack me up. The red and green M&M coffee mugs. Sold them for $10 plus shipping. I like picking up mugs from time to time. I don't know what I'm going to do next year, garage sale season. I'm probably not going to pick up as much glasses. I was getting all those like vintage Burger King cartoon glasses. Those aren't worth the most. Shipping them is a pain. Obviously, they're breakable. Yeah, I don't know. I think coffee mugs are actually better bets than those. I've had more success with coffee mugs, I think. So if I see coffee mugs like with M&Ms and stuff on them for 25 cents, they don't sell the quickest usually. With these did, but you get decent money. I mean, anything you can pick up for a quarter and sell for $10 isn't a bad idea, I think. This DVR, I actually sold this one before, you guys might remember, and then the guy that ordered it didn't, even though there's a post-it note that says won't power on, and I listed it in the title, not working, 4 parts. And in the description, not working, 4 parts. They returned it because it wasn't working. And I was like, yeah, but I messed up whenever I listed it. I had condition as used, not 4 parts not working. If you do not have your condition set as 4 parts not working, it doesn't matter what you have in the pictures, what you have in the title, what you have in the description, they can return it. So little FYI for anybody messing with eBay. But given that, like I said, I never spend any more than like $1 or $2 or $3, given that this was a DVR, I might have spent like $5 on it. Even though it wasn't working, I was still able to sell it for $15 plus shipping. So don't be afraid to take a chance on DVD recorders and DVD VHS combos at yard sales, as long as you can get them for a good price. I actually got this at the same yard sale from the same guy that I got the Halo wallets. I picked this up. It's a solar charger. I believe he had 20 or 20. Yeah, I think he had 20 on it. I offered him 10 after I looked it up. I realized that it probably had some value just because it's a solar powered USB charger, which is pretty cool. But then I looked it up. I was very surprised to see that these things sell for like $100. So the box that mine was in wasn't in the best shape and everything. There's actually 2 different, so this is the 21 watt version. There's a lower watt version that isn't worth as much. So if you see these out there, make sure you figure out which one you have. But yeah, I picked it up for like $10, sold it for $84.95 plus ship, or free ship, but that didn't take too much out. So that was a really good pickup. This Garmin Nuvi, I don't know how to, I'm assuming it's Nuvi. I think I got this for like $1. I picked up a camera at one point, stuck it in with the camera, forgot I had it. Found the camera the other day, listed it, found this inside, listed it as well. Got $20 free shipping. Not too shabby. And then these Redman chewing tobacco pins. It seems like it's a common occurrence that you guys see at least one of these sell almost every week. 14 sold. This order came in late last night, and they bought 5. In one order, so that was a very good sale. 5 at $5 a piece, so $25 plus shipping. Not too shabby. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming out to the show. I love you. Thanks for watching, and thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.